Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of r/slash Tales from Tech Support. In today's episode, networking VOODOO. Why are the routers playing ping pong with my packets? We don't have a purple router in our store, I'm sure of it. Technologically impaired. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. Networking VOODOO. Why are the routers playing ping pong with my packets? Background: about a decade in IT support, networks, hardware, software. I have worked for different companies that provide IT support to other companies. Disclosure: English is not my first language, so there probably are mistakes. If the mistakes bother you, please point them out, I will try to correct them. Actors in this story: the client, the company I provided the support to. ISP, the internet service provider. ISP support person level 1, the ISP's level 1 technical support. ISP support person level 2, the ISP's advanced technical support. Me, yours truly. The client had an in-house database that was also used by other companies. My client was a member of a bigger group, but at the beginning all the database clients were on the same LAN, different subnets. One day the client decided to move the database to a server farm. The connection to the database was done over a dedicated optical fiber line, so the server stayed on the same subnet. Basically the ISP slapped FO media converters on both ends of the fiber, and we then connected the Ethernet port to our switch. No configuration was required on our side. About the same time the client had decided to move to a new office. New office was built for them, and they moved 1 year later. I supervised the move, or rather carried the servers and the network equipment from the old location to the new office, and installed them. One of the issues was the database server. The client needed another fiber line to the server farm. The server farm was hosted by the ISP, who also provided the internet connection to my client. They also managed to sell my client a VoIP solution, which would use the same fiber line the database connection was on. Now the fun part begins. To assure the quality of the VoIP calls, the ISP installed QoS routers on the fiber line so they could prioritize the VoIP traffic. But that meant we had to start routing traffic. On our end, I had to route the database traffic to the QoS router, which was then supposed to push it over the FO line to the other router, which then routed the traffic to the database server, and then back again. My job was to create routings on the client's firewall and the database server. I finished my routings and then pinged the database server. Ping T, IP of the database server. Reply from the client-side QoS router, TTL expired in transit. Reply from the client-side QoS router, TTL expired in transit. A routing loop? Okay, let's trace the route. Tracert, IP of the database server. 1 2 milliseconds 1 millisecond 4 milliseconds, the client's firewall/router. 2 1 millisecond 1 millisecond 2 milliseconds, the client-side QoS router. 3 3 milliseconds 5 milliseconds 5 milliseconds, the ISP-side QoS router. For 1 millisecond 1 millisecond 2 milliseconds, the client-side QoS router. 5 3 milliseconds 5 milliseconds 5 milliseconds, the ISP-side QoS router. 6 1 millisecond 1 millisecond 2 milliseconds, the client-side QoS router. 7 3 milliseconds 5 milliseconds 5 milliseconds, the ISP-side QoS router. The numbers are illustrative, I don't have the actual trace logs. So the QoS routers are playing ping pong with my pings until the packet's TTL expires. I call the ISP. $ISP support person level 1. Hello, this is $ISP, how may I help? $Me, hi, this is Visivilum, I'm calling on behalf the $client. The QoS router on your side is not configured properly. ISP support person level 1. What do you mean? Me, the traffic to the database server is routed back to the QoS router on the client's site. $ISP support person leave 1. Have you tried to restart your router equipment? Here we go. I'm not going to go through the home user troubleshooting script when the problem is clearly on their side. Plus, I actually had restarted my router and the client-side QoS router. The one with the routing problem I had no access to, so no way of rebooting that. $Me listen, this is a custom connection created specially for the $client. How about we won't waste each other's time and you escalate this to the next level? $ISP support person level 1 This is a custom connection? $Me Yes, as I said, a custom connection created for the client. $ISP support person level 1 Please hold. On hold music for 15 minutes. $ISP support person level 1 Hello, are you still there? $Me Yes, internal $Me Yes, still watching the paint dry and grass grow. $ISP support person level 1 I will forward your call to the advanced technical support, please hold. More on hold music. It's Mozart, I don't remember the name of the piece. $ISP support person level 2 Hi, this is $ISP advanced technical support, how can we help? Me Your QoS routers on the fiber line are playing ping pong with the packets. $ISP support person level 2 A fiber line? Me Did the level 1 person give you the information about the issue? $ISP support person level 2 Actually no. Internal $Me You must be FSCKING kidding me. So I proceed to describe the setup and the issue. $ISP support person level 2 Okay. I'm not familiar with your system, can you please hold, I'll ask if anyone knows something about that. Me My phone's battery is dying, maybe you can call me back once you have a solution? It was a lie, but I had enough Mozart for the day. $ISP support person level 2 Okay, which number I should call? Me Can't you see the number I'm calling from? $ISP support person level 2 Oh, you want me to call this number? Internal $Me No, I want you to call the president. $Me Yes, that would be good. $ISP support person level 2 Okay, I will call you back. After about an hour he calls back. $ISP support person level 2 Hi, this is $ISP advanced technical support, you called us with an issue with your internet connection? Me It's not the internet connection, it's the custom VoIP and database connection to your server farm. $ISP support person level 2 Oh, sorry. Yes, a custom connection, please hold. On hold music for 5 minutes. $ISP support person level 2 Hello, are you still there? Me starting to feel frustrated, yes, still holding. $ISP support person level 2 Good. I spoke with a network admin, he promised he'll look into it in about an hour, is that okay? Internal $Me No, it's not okay, I'm sick and tired of this thing, I want it solved now, so I can go home. Me Do I have a choice? $ISP support person level 2 Haha, not really. Me Okay. Let me know when it's done. $ISP support person level 2 Sure, bye. And so I have to wait another hour. I monitored the connection and noticed when the routing got fixed and the database became available. The support person calls me back. $ISP support person level 2 Hi. The admin told me everything should work now, can you confirm? Me Yes, everything works normally, thank you. But can you please make a note in the client's file that hey have this custom connection, so that I won't have to explain it again to the next person? And also, please back up the configuration on the QoS routers so that we can solve problems faster? $ISP support person level 2 Sure thing, we will do that. Me Thanks bye. Fast forward 6 months. I get a notification from the ISP that they plan to upgrade the QoS routers. So I dig out the documentation and start monitoring the database connection. And sure enough, it goes down, that was expected, I notified all the clients that the database will be unavailable. The connection was supposed to go down for 30 minutes. After 35 minutes passed, the client called that the database is still unavailable. I started to troubleshoot. The ping once again said that the TTL was expired, and the QoS routers were playing ping pong with the packets. I once again call the ISP and ask for the advanced support. $ISP support person level 2 our monitoring shows everything is okay. The problem has to be on your side. $Me in the last 6 months there have been no changes on our side. But you upgraded the routers, and now the connection does not work. How can the problem be on our side? Also, we had the same problem in the beginning, and it turned out the routers were misconfigured. $ISP support person level 2 can you please hold for a moment? Internal $me no I can't hold. The client is demanding answers. The connection to the database was supposed to be down for only 30 minutes, 45 minutes have passed and the connection is still down. $me no I can't hold, but can you call me back when you have the solution? $ISP support person level 2 sure. I had no intention to wait. One of my coworkers knew a network admin at the ISP company, so I asked if he could maybe contact his friend. It took 15 minutes and the problem was solved. The issue was once again with the configuration of the QoS router at the ISP side, and I owed a case of beer to my coworker and his friend. After that, my client told the ISP that they are in no circumstances to touch the routers, unless they provide a direct number of a network admin. We don't have a purple router in our store, I'm sure of it. Years back when I worked graveyard, I got a call from a location whose credit card stopped processing. It's a secure system, so it has its own router within the client network which has all the CC systems connected to it. That router was known to lock up occasionally and a reboot fixes it most of the time. It's a purple-faced router. I asked the girl on the phone to find the purple router and reboot it. We don't have a purple router. Me, well, the system actually needs that router to function, you couldn't process cards without it. It's a black box with a purple face on the front, name says XYZ. Proceeds to look for 30 seconds, then argues that they don't have one and she doesn't want to move equipment to follow cables, unmounted shelf equipment. Me, alright, well, we will need to schedule a tech which will take a few days, or if you can have a manager or someone who can follow the cabling to find the router. Sighs, okay thank you, disconnect. Couple hours later, manager from the location calls, happens to root to me as we were pretty dead, pun intended, and she's yelling about the previous rep telling her employee about a purple router they don't have. Me, well man, that was me, and unfortunately you have to have a purple router there with XYZ name on the front, otherwise your card system couldn't possibly work. I can guide you to finding it by following a certain cable. Manager, I'm telling you we don't have this purple router. Fix my card system. Me, ma'am, I would love to help get you back online, could we just try following some cables? Manager, ugh fine whatever, you're just wasting time, I had to drive 2 hours to come here for this crap. I proceed to tell her which cable to follow from which piece of equipment. I hear her moving stuff out of the way to keep following the cable, more moving, couple minutes later. Manager, her voice completely quiet now, okay, I've come to this box. Me, okay, does it have a purple face on the front that says XYZ on it? Manager, yes it does. Me, laughing like a hyena internally, okay perfect. So let's go ahead and unplug the power cord from the back of the purple router and wait 30 seconds. 30 seconds later. Me, okay, let's plug the power back into the purple router. Plugged back in, lights start coming up, sync to the network complete. Asked manager to try a card goes through just fine. Me, great. So we were able to get you back online after rebooting the XYZ purple router. For future reference, you can try rebooting the purple router if it happens again, it could possibly save you a lot of time. Otherwise, I would have had to send a technician out to reboot the purple router in your store, which would have cost you a fee in a few days. Manager, quietly, okay thanks, bye, click. All that anger and frustration gone after 6 minutes of following instructions. Technologically impaired. This was on the late 90s. The company was working on ISO 9000 certification. A lot of documents are being generated for the certification. The head of the quality department was a government bureaucrat in his old job. He is a computer problem magnet. He says he is going to die virgin in computing, meaning he is never going to learn to use a computer. And he's proud of it. Anyway, he starts complaining about his computer being very slow. Probably Windows 95. He got his computer checked, fragmented, etc. Besides, he complains not using official channels. He keeps complaining. A memory upgrade was approved/ordered for his computer by management. Memory was very expensive those days. At that point, his computer had more memory than any other non-server computer at the company, even engineering workstations. Solaris. The problem goes away like for 6 months. My friend is assigned to tackle with the problem. Remember, we're certificating for ISO 9000 and this problem is now delaying the certification. It's always good to have an IT department to blame. All the tests done on the computer reveal it's not slow. The user explains his work process. He reveals that the computer feels the slowest when printing his Word file. My friend gets suspicious and asks the user to show him his Word file. Turns out that he didn't know you can have multiple Word files on your drive. He had only one file, about 8,000 pages long. Anytime he needed to write a new procedure, he would put some returns to force a page change and start a new one. When printing, he would print from page 7983 to 7993. Support joked about this person having a curse on him. Over the years, he had several hard disks replaced, more than anyone of the company. He cannot print. Turns out he was printing to the wrong printer on a different floor. Like 30 copies wasted. Because if it does not work the first time, you have keep trying.